Welcome back to The American Dream. In season 2, one of the things that's so exciting about this is we're not just talking about businesses anymore. We're diving into the personal stories of the business owners, the personal aspect of growth, ambition, and really whatever this American Dream thing is that we all keep talking about is what I love about it.
And I think that's my favorite part. Being able to help host these segments, you get to find out who people really are. And I think having the shift now, being out here in the real world where it actually happens, you get to dive into people's story just a little bit more, see where their passion comes from, see what they do every single day. It makes sense. Why didn't we do this earlier?
It's a good question.
We do it in the spirit of going against the grain of the negative media, giving inspiring information, and having people walk away from our show with something of value.
You're seeing a disruption in both the real estate and the mortgage space.
A lot of people are just not willing to put in the work.
What video does is that it demands an emotional response.
You know what I love about the show? It's totally unscripted. One of the things about a company like ours is, as we're showcasing the American Dream, we're also learning about the company itself, right?
Absolutely.
So I think listening and learning is what really makes entrepreneurship and companies better.
Yeah. And then it catches like wildfire. So who knows who they're going to inspire next. And it's just, that's what entrepreneurship is all about.
Absolutely. Being in 23 cities with New York City right now is such a huge accomplishment. And we're going to film today's show at Bootlegger is great because Errol, the founder himself, actually came from very small beginnings and became something really impressive. I cannot wait to meet him.
Yeah, well, I'm excited. Let's go meet him.
All right, let's do it.
Hi there.
So nice to meet you.
Absolutely.
Oh, congratulations, brother.
Thank you so much, and welcome to Bootlegger.
Thank you. I mean, we just talked a little on the way here, but congratulations on your success.
Thank you so much. Well, I wish I could take it all, but we have a great team here, so.
Tell us about this establishment. Like, what was the idea? You call it Bootlegger, you had it on this corner. I mean, what was the concept?
Well, the great thing about Bootlegger, it's just a culmination of a lot of things.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you knew this, but there was 2 other businesses, bar restaurants that were here prior to us, but we just hit it really well. My partners, all coming from the bar industry, really wanted to do our own thing, and we just happened upon this and really brought something special to this corner of the neighborhood, and we're just been excited to have.
Very excited about today's power interview coming from the Robbins family, a name that everybody knows. Jairek Robbins with Jairek Robbins Companies is a performance coach. Going to talk to you a little bit about his story, but also empowering your American dream. Jairek, thanks for coming on the show, man.
Hey, thanks for having me. Nice to see you all.
Yeah, you got a hell of a story. So you had less than a week left to live while you were doing charity work. Real quick, tell us that story.
So I was working teaching organic farming in a village over in Uganda, and I got malaria twice. There was no running water, no toilets, no electricity, just rural farming village. And we were teaching them how to retill the land that had been poisoned by some illegal pesticides that were sold to the local farmers there. And so in the work, malaria was rampant. And so I got malaria. And I remember sitting down at 20 years old thinking, A, that was not the plan. That was never what we wanted to accomplish. And then B, the concept of what am I going to do? Like, I can't get home to see my family. My bucket list seemed to now fade away because how am I going to buy a house, start a business, finish school, and do all the things I wanted to do? And then what it really came down to, if I was going to have any chance at having some type of dream life in that moment, I had to redesign what my daily life was going to look like for these next 6 days to figure out how to make it a life that I lived fully, I loved deeply, and hopefully I did something that mattered far beyond my physical presence here on this planet. And so that became the goal. I called it, designing my ideal day, which was how would you design the type of day where if you died at the end of that day, you would high-five yourself on the way out and feel damn proud that you did it.
Well, pretty incredible story. What I love about what you're doing now is, we see online there's a lot of coaches and life coaches. You're niched in a unique way where you're a performance coach. So you work with entrepreneurs, business owners who already have their act together, but you're actually enhancing their performance. Explain what that means to you.
So it's really simple. We look at people who, like you said, they have their act together, they're doing good, but deep down inside, they know they could be doing better. And so we look at them and we look at them from a human standpoint and say, how's your sleep? You know, the sweet spot for sleep is 7.5 to 8 hours of sleep per night. If you're getting less than 5 after 2 days, you're considered cognitively the equivalent of being drunk in the way you psychologically make decisions and perform. So
Wow.
7.5 to 8 hours of sleep. And is it high quality sleep? Are you getting high REM sleep, which allows your glial cells to cleanse your brain and get the neurotoxins out? Are you getting deep sleep, which replenishes your body and makes you stronger and more capable and replenishes you for the next day? So we use a meditation device. It's a medical grade EEG scan of their brain every morning. I have a dashboard that I can see how well they're able to calm and clear their brainwaves every morning. So we know that they're able to stay aware of the chaos, yet totally focused on the task at hand. And if you can't do it for 10 minutes in the morning, I guarantee you can't do it throughout the day.
So what's,
that kind of
what's
stuff.
fascinating about this, Jairek, is you're not just speaking on stage and giving rah-rah around, you need to eat right, be healthy. You're actually measuring these things, and like a athlete, you're measuring performance and looking at the analytical things on this.
Exactly. We're tracking the data and we're looking at metrics and we're looking for what's real. My thought is I consider every one of our clients or people we work with as a performance athlete, just like an Olympic athlete. If you were to show up at Olympic training camp, the first thing we need to figure out is how fast can you actually run if running is your sport.
Sure.
So we put you on the track and we measure you. We figure out what your sleep looks like, nutrition, mindfulness. The one I didn't get to, which is interesting, is even your breath pattern all day. There's a little device that goes on your belt, tracks your breathing pattern, and it tells us when you're calm, when you're focused, and when you're tense. Now, people like to take pride. I've had entrepreneurs and investors and hedge fund managers go, oh, I'd probably break the thing. I'm so stressed. But here's what's wild. If you think of the 3 worst business decisions you've ever made and how much money you've lost, I guarantee it was from a place of being stressed and not calm or focused. And if I could prevent you from losing that amount of money just by helping you notice you're stressed and getting you to breathe and get back to focus, boom. It's amazing what it does for people.
Jairek, thanks so much for coming on the show. You got an incredible journey. I know the best is still to come with you. Thank you for sharing it on our show here today. We'll have you on again soon. Appreciate it, man.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. What better illustration of the American dream than Jairek Robbins? What a great story. All right, more of the show coming up next.
Wow, they're killing it in the market. Speaking of killing it, how you doing here?
Bootlegger's crushing it.
All right?
Yeah.
So I've been staring at this bell all day. What's up with the bell?
So funny story is when we first opened, as you can tell, there's a fire truck going here almost every 5 minutes. We wanted to do something with that. And at the same time, this new spirit came on board, called Fireball. I'm sure you've heard of it.
I love Fireball.
Yeah. So every time the fire truck comes around, we do this. $4 shots of Fireball, and the place goes nuts.
Welcome back to the American Dream. My guest today is a veteran himself and now helps Portland veterans buy and sell in the Portland area. I get to speak with Troy Doty. He's the principal broker and owner of Northwest Realty Source. Troy, thanks for your service and thanks for being on the American Dream.
Hey, thanks for having me out again. I'm really excited to be here today.
Of course, we're excited to have you. Now, I want to know a little bit about your background, about your service in the military, and how are you now helping veterans today?
Yeah, so I was a sergeant in the Marine Corps with Fox 24 in Camp Pendleton, California. Was part of a Zodiac beach assault unit and did a couple of overseas deployments with my unit. Also got the opportunity to be an urban combat instructor for a little over a year, teaching Marines and also local law enforcement about tactics and in an urban environment setting. So that was a pretty exciting time and really was fortunate to be able to serve our country and really enjoyed doing that. After the Marine Corps, I became a real estate broker soon after, and I knew right away that I really wanted to give back to other veterans and service members in our area and help them with buying and selling a home. We started a website, portlandveteranhomes.com, which is really a complete total resource for veterans to learn about home buying and really be able to navigate the whole process. We now have a great team that works with me. We go out and we've helped a lot of veterans both buy and sell over the last few years in the Portland area.
Sure. Now, with your specialty in helping veterans buy homes, I know the market is shifting a little bit in Portland right now. How do you think this will impact veteran buyers?
You know, I think for veterans, it's going to be a really great opportunity in the coming years to buy a home. We have had a very strong seller market over the last few years and had low inventory, and it's been a little bit more challenging for veterans to compete on homes. I think as the market starts to shift, we're going to see a lot more opportunity for veterans to get into a house, to be competitive with their offers, as well as potentially negotiate things like closing costs and keep more money for savings for their family once they get into a home. Right now, interest rates are starting to climb, so I think it's a great time to be looking at buying a house and you know, lock in an interest rate before they continue to rise for our veterans.
Sure, it does sound like it's a really good time in the year to buy, and inventory is not completely out because I know you have several listings that are great for veterans. Tell us about them.
Yeah, I've got a few new listings that just recently came on the market, both of which would be great for a veteran, first-time home buyers, or as well as a retiree. The first house, it's a home in Troutdale, Oregon. It's a home that's a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, priced at $379,000. The home has been nicely updated with bamboo flooring throughout the entire home. It has a really nice kitchen with new stainless appliances and tile counters. The master bedroom has an in-suite bathroom tub with tile shower and a walk-in closet. It has a nice deck, fenced yard, and some raised garden beds. You know, what I really like about this home is that it's on a corner lot right across the street from a neighborhood park. The next home is in Tigard. It's in a 55 and older community called Summerfield. It's priced at $379,000. It's a single-level home. 2-bedroom, 2 full baths. It even has an attached 2-car garage. Has an updated master bathroom, hardwood floors in both kitchen and dining room. There's some pretty nice outdoor living space with a courtyard entry as well as a covered rear deck. This is a great retirement community. It has a large clubhouse, a full 18-hole golf course, as well as tennis and pickleball available. I really think this is a perfect home for a veteran looking to retire, or a home within a 55 and older community.
Sounds like it. Well, Troy, thanks for sharing. Sounds like it's still a really great time to buy with great listings to offer. So thanks for your service again, and thanks for helping the veteran community really get into their dream home.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Of course. Thanks so much for watching. We'll be right back with more of The American Dream.
Well, Errol, that was an awesome segment.
Yeah, that was.
But you know what's even more awesome?
What's that?
Tom Cruise and cocktail.
Oh, yeah.
And I think I got a little Tom Cruise in me.
Well, let's see what you got, Tom.
Okay.
Oh, that was actually awesome.
One of the amazing things about the American Dream Show is we have an opportunity to showcase business entrepreneurs and not just talk about their companies and why they're successful. We talk about the ingredients that went into their success, kind of their storylines. And before we kick to this segment, you showed me how to make your signature drink, right, which is
The Broken Butterfly.
the Broken Butterfly. And I thought it was so appropriate because a drink like this takes a lot of simple ingredients to make an amazing thing, just like a company or a great story. So I'm gonna try to recreate this drink right now, while Errol tells us how he went from barback to tech entrepreneur in 10 years.
Yeah. Started off as a bar back way back in Maryland before I moved out here, and I used working in the industry just to get me from A to B, pay my way through college.
Yep.
Through all that, I really learned what I really enjoyed in life. I mean, I did try different things. You know, I graduated in finance, worked in the finance world, even little my hand in the real estate. I worked as an LO for a couple years in 02 to 07. But through those different changes, through the markets and everything like that, I always came back here.
Yeah.
And fast forward to about 2009, when even though the market was not as great as it should be, the hospitality industry was thriving.
Sure.
So a lot of downtown venues that you'd see, I actually had my hand in helping open. So my first sidebar was one of the smaller clubs, and then Stingery was the larger one.
Yeah.
And so that story kind of followed me a long way through it, just all the connections and contacts. And kind of how we started Bootlegger through all my friends that worked in the industry. But through all that, I noticed one thing that was always a consistent problem. I was getting about, at the time, 20 to 30 phone calls, emails, texts a day from friends, even fellow business owners in the industry to finding a job. I never saw anything for like
I'm
a
going for the booze right now.
Go
Is
in.
that okay?
Yeah, go in
Keep
right
going.
there. You're doing great, by the way.
Yeah.
This is the longest drink ever, but we love it.
I'm listening and making.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if you were a bar patron?
Yeah.
You would walk right out the door.
Well, this is what we do every day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Much faster.
Yeah, exactly.
So talk me through it.
Yeah, so in about 2014, I was opening up a nightclub called 80 Nightclub, which is no longer there, which is the ups and downs of all businesses.
Sure, yeah. Failure is important in success, right?
Yeah, I learned a lot. We had about 1,000 applicants come in, and my partners and I at the time, it took us forever just to find our core people.
Sure.
And so with that, we were trying to dialing in the sketch of what industry was going to be, and that's where I found my business partners.
I'm stoked.
Yeah. So let's get this drink
So
going.
this is moment of truth.
Yes.
Do I flip this over?
You're flipping it over.
Okay, I'm flipping it over.
And this is where you get to be Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise? Yeah, exactly. Do I look like Tom Cruise?
100%.
You know, here's the thing. I don't look like Tom Cruise, but I am taller, and I think about that when I compare myself to Tom Cruise.
I'll be
At least
honest.
I'm taller.
One of the reasons why I wanted a bartender is cocktail.
It's cocktail, of course. Yeah.
Okay, so
But see, I didn't want to be at TGI Fridays in Manhattan. I wanted to be down in Bermuda.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, meeting girls wearing like flowy white stuff, on vacay.
Yeah.
So what do I do? Okay, so
That's a
I grab
strainer.
this.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then pour it.
Yep. Strain it out.
So will you try this and tell me if I did it right?
Okay. Well. That's definitely something else, but it looks pretty. It's the right color.
Oh, that's such a bartendery thing.
Oh yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah.
I want to do the bartendery thing.
Yeah. See,
All right.
that's tasting it. So you're not putting your thing in there. That's how you taste
That's not that bad.
No, great
That's
job.
not that bad. Thank you.
go.
And one of the cool things about the American Dream is everybody has their own interpretations of it. While we're at your bar, you have all these great patrons here. I thought it'd be fun. Why don't we ask these patrons what their version of the American Dream is?
Hi guys.
Hey, how you doing? Right. So, you volunteered. What's your version of the American Dream?
I think my version of the American Dream is being able to pick your passion and being able to follow it until you make something that you've created in your head for so long come to fruition.
What's your interpretation of the American Dream?
You know, I believe if you have a dream, you go for it, you achieve it, and you kind of put it out there. You gotta put yourself out there. That's pretty much it.
Live and laugh with friends and people that you meet each and every day.
Being able to start from nothing and make something out of it, right? You're not stuck in any kind of box.
To laugh as much as you want.
Profound. Cheers. Thank you all so much for being involved.
So there you have it. Those are so many different versions of the American Dream. Right now, we're going to showcase one of the best brokers in your market. Check it out.
Hi, this is Gary Horton, broker with Remax Equity Group. I'm here on this vacant land with general contractor Ed Hesse from Macbo Construction. We're going to be talking today about how to build your dream home, even on challenging land. Hi, Ed. How are you doing today?
Pretty good, Gary. It's warm out here, but I'm really happy to be here with you and to show this beautiful property to the viewers out there.
Exactly. It's awesome. And we did have to make a hike, so that kind of explains the perspiration we have going on right now, but, that is what it is. So, challenging land. Of course, we do have to do some clearing here, so I think probably get a goat would be the first thing I think you would do.
Yeah, maybe a big tractor would be a better idea.
Oh, you think better than a goat? Just trying to go the green way with it, So,
yeah.
So what would you do here? How would you actually build a house? And I'm sure you've had plans for a house like this.
Well, we build houses on hillsides all the time.
Yes.
There's nothing really unusual about it. It's a little more technical with engineering, and so once we have the engineering, it's just a matter of getting all the equipment on site, getting people to do it, and making it happen.
That sounds fantastic. Now, I understand you have plans that have been drawn up for this particular property. We are in Oregon City, and so, of course, it's definitely on a hill. That for a 4-bedroom, 3 bathroom?
3 bathrooms, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, also with a garage and the potential of an additional living space over the garage.
Oh, so like you could have like an in-law suite or even just an Airbnb place or something like that.
Or an office, a home office if you wanted to.
Exactly, because it'd be lovely to be sitting out here on this 1.5 acres. And it's such a screaming deal for it, too.
Why would you ever leave?
You've got great views and, of course, your privacy. And didn't you say something about putting the roof line basically almost with Bradley Road, so kind of get rid of some noise?
Well, I think when you're on a property like this, you really don't want the people driving by to look down and seeing what you're doing. And so, you know, to optimize the siting of the house for ultimate privacy and to be able to capture those views is really important.
That is the most important thing. So, and I think on the plans, if I remember correctly, there's going to be a pool?
The plans do include a pool. However, when we have a buyer, we're going to make changes so the buyer gets exactly what they want. They may not want a pool. They may want a waterfall. I don't know.
Oh, that makes sense.
You know, the landscaping and all of that is ultimately the decision of the buyer.
That does make sense. So one thing, does this require a septic tank and a well, or is this on city water and city sewer?
This far out, we're on a septic system, and the septic system is ready to go. And city sewer is not available. We do have electric is available on the property, hasn't been brought down yet. And then we'll have a well as well.
This property is for sale. You can actually buy this 1.5 acres in Oregon City and build your dream home. The lot itself is $119,000, and you can go wild on what kind of house you're going to build, correct, Ed?
Absolutely. We'll build anything you want, and actually, if you want to bring in a mobile home or a manufactured home, we can site that just as well.
And you have your own architects that can actually come in?
Absolutely.
So that makes it great to do the plans and do everything.
And if the homeowner brings their own architect, we're happy to work with them too.
That's fantastic. Sounds like what MacBo is like one-stop shopping. Is that what it is?
The only tool you need.
There you go. MacBo Construction. That's it. So thanks for watching. Now, if you're interested in this property or any other vacant land that you want to build a house on, please feel free to contact me. So let's send it back to the studio.
Well, that was a really inspiring show. I think one of the cool things about this new season is the American Dream is going out in the field, and we're checking out business owners as they're doing some unbelievable things. Bootlegger here in California was a great place to have this show hosted. Tawnie, what was your favorite part?
My favorite part was honestly meeting Errol. I've been here so many times and just have no idea about the history behind it. It's just been coming and having great drinks and food, but to be able to know where he came from, and he never stopped, and he's still growing.
Yeah. And the drink?
And the drink and the broken butterfly is amazing. So yeah, I'm excited for it all.
Yeah, that's the fun part about this business, right? Is you have alcohol. I don't think you can do that in real estate.
Without it, where would you be?
A cause of and solution to all problems. Maybe not in business, but thank you everybody for tuning in. Tawnie and I had a great time at Bootlegger here in California. Thank you to Errol, and catch you next episode.
Yeah.